Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. So last night was such a weird sadness for me because I had only met Trey in the airport and spent 15 minutes with him. But we exchanged information and became friends on Facebook and kind of looked out for each other. Little things here and there. Something would happen, he would play a great game and I would send him a message. I mean, he was just a kid, but he was so passionate about what he was about to do. He had something that I didn't have in my 20s that I don't even know that I had in my early 30s. At only 23 years old, he had such a profound understanding for where the glory and the blessings in his life had come from. He had no ego. He didn't believe that his talents were on accident. He knew how hard his parents had worked. Now, this was not a stupid kid. This was a kid with like over 10 college acceptance letters. He was a college graduate. Yeah, he was a shining star who played football, but he knew that an education, his parents had stressed to him that an education was equally, if not more important than what you could do on the football field. And he was recruited to play for the Ravens and played at a young age. I mean, he was just a success story. But a success story for so many other reasons than just that he played football. He was a good kid who loved his parents and his friends and God. I think I cried when I heard about what happened, not so much because I knew him so well, but because people like Trey give me hope that you can do it right and be rewarded for those things. I have a son who wants to be a million great things. And it is my job to get him to a place where he will look back and say, my parents gave me the tools to be a good person and work for what I want. And the realization that that can still disappear, that it can still go away, because it's the plan of something greater than me, is scary. It is scary. And it sucks. And it isn't that I don't believe wholeheartedly that going home to be with the Lord is a spectacular thing, because I do. But it doesn't mean that when we lose people, it doesn't suck. It sucks. There are people who commented things like, yeah, it sucks, but so does riding a dirt bike at night with no helmet. And I get it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Those people are lacking compassion, which tells me that they feel slighted in their own life, which tells me that we have so much work to do in the healing of our brothers and sisters. Because it is so easy to look at somebody who would write, well, if he was wearing a helmet and he wasn't riding a dirt bike at night, this wouldn't have happened. It's easy to look at people who comment things like that and get angry and lash out at them. What's your problem? But the truth is, I know that hurt people hurt. And the only reason that somebody would look at the loss of a life of a 23-year-old kid with no compassion is because they are profoundly hurt in their life. Hurt people don't need anger. They don't need me to lash out at them and go, get off my page. What's your problem? You're an asshole. They need to see that compassion works. So I resist the urge to lash out at their comments, their attention-seeking comments. And it is just a moment of clarity for me that what I'm doing is important. It matters. Coffee Talk matters. It's a very small contribution every day to just wanting to be a little better. Acknowledging that I still get mad, I still curse, I still sometimes want to choke somebody out, I fight with Michael, I lose my temper with my kids. I am so far from perfect. I am at the mercy of my flaws most days. But you get up and make a choice to not allow your life experiences, the pain you take with you, to define you. You go, yes, I've had these experiences and they've sucked, but I've lived through them. So I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor. I already know that because I've survived. And I'm just going to try today. That's it. I watched a video with Prince Harry talking about his mother, Princess Diana. And Prince Harry is a kid, you know, he likes women and he likes to drink and have a good time and play rugby and all of those things, but he also serves his country and he also donates countless hours to charities for people who are hurting around the world. And he wants to be better, not only for his mother, but for himself. And I'm watching this young kid who has been taught compassion by a woman who he spent so little time with in the grand scheme of life. He lost his mother at such a young age, which I can certainly relate to. And he took the best of her, and he wants to honor that. And I just think compassion is not, it's not promised to anyone. We have to work for it. We have to take our own pain and our own anger about life and about injustice and set it aside to feel for others. That is not easy because sometimes we become so plagued with what's been done to us and how we've been wronged and when we're hurting and the people we've lost that we allow it to stop us from feeling for others. And that is the greatest injustice. No matter what has been done to us, no matter how much pain we have felt or are in right now, don't ever let it stop you from feeling for others, for praying for others, for rooting for others, for crying for others, because compassion is the most important element to staying human. Because when you lose your ability to feel for others, you've stopped the process of the human connection. There can be no social responsibility. You can do nothing for others if you can't feel for them. So when something is sad to you, cry. Cry for a mother who did it all right and still lost her son. Because it is sad. It is sad. I love you today. Have a great day.